After a weekend of violence on Madison's north side, community members have had enough as it gets a little too close to children in that area. Plus, a former Dane County deputy charged in court after allegedly faking an incident that left an entire community on edge. And an update on the death toll and the injured after a fireworks warehouse explodes in Western Asia. It's all coming up right now on News 3 Now at 10. And thanks for joining us tonight. The Madison Police Department is identifying the victim of a deadly shooting on Northport Drive late last week. 35-year-old Corey Mitchell was shot Friday night after an altercation and then died on scene. And that was just the start of a very violent weekend in Madison. Just a few hours later, a different man stabbed less than 4 miles away on Mayfair Avenue. That victim taken to a hospital where he later died. And Police Chief Sean Barnes says while the two homicides were unrelated, their proximity to one another does offer some insight.
It does tell us that, we have more work to do here in Madison. We have some more work to do around interpersonal violence, and we have some work to do around how we respond to those persons who are in crisis.
Police also responded to a third incident, this one on early Sunday morning. They say shots were fired at UW's Picnic Point, but luckily there were no reported injuries. Now, both of the homicides happened just miles from the Northport Apartments, home of one of Dane County's child development program locations. Now one staff member there says he's fed up with the violence so close to the kids and himself. Armand Rahman spoke with him and joins us now with more. Armand?
Eric, Dane County's Head Start program provides education, health and nutrition, family support, and more services to kids throughout the city living at or below the poverty line. The cook I talked to says worrying about being shot or stabbed on the north side shouldn't also be on their minds.
I love my profession, I love what I do, but the environment is becoming more risky, I guess you could say.
Risky is how Mark True describes the neighborhood around Northport Apartments, but he says his wife started wondering if he should go back to work at Head Start this month at all.
My wife has said that she's uncomfortable, wondering what happens at my workplace.
True is a cook for the child development program.
We're a safe little cell. For no matter what goes on in their lives at home, school's a safe place.
But with two separate murders happening just miles away, just in Friday night, he's starting to worry about the kids' safety and his.
Yeah, I'm anxious at night. We go back to school in a little less than 2 weeks. I lay in bed and stare at the ceiling and wonder, my God, I'm just a cook. What if I get shot? Trying to make the kids some oatmeal and cut up their pineapple. It's a big price to pay for a low-wage job.
He says Head Start does the best they can, and safety shouldn't be the program's responsibility.
Yeah, we're non-for-profit. We can't put security guards everywhere. We can't, metal detectors.
So True calls on the city and the community to step up and provide a better support network for families.
More than just talk, more than council meetings, more than, we're going to change the speed limit. Dane County Mental Health is just, 2 miles away? Get some resources out. Get these people some help. The crime will go away.
After 11 years with Head Start, he wants to continue seeing kids go down the path of success, not caught up or killed in violence.
I just don't want a whole generation of kids to get forgotten because of their environment.
And Head Start reopens for the school year on August 26th.
Armand, thank you. The Dane County deputy who was fired last year after being accused of fabricating an attack at Fesky County Park in Cross Plains in October. Well, today, that former deputy has now been charged. Sarah Borch Rodriguez, charged with resisting and obstructing an officer. She was fired last November after an internal investigation determined that she may have been intoxicated when she fired her weapon and then lied about the events of that incident. Last October, Borch Rodriguez went to the park saying she was investigating a suspicious person. She says when she got out and approached them, she was stabbed. She told investigators she then fired her weapon, but didn't know if anyone was hit. The area was locked down for hours, and nearby schools were even put on lockdown the next day. But in the month ahead, investigators determined she made the story up and was later fired. We turn things over to weather now. Beautiful night across Madison, and things will be staying this way for the next few days. Let's check in with meteorologist Julian Seawright in our certified most accurate forecast. Julian?
That's the best part about it, is that we're going to continue to see this gorgeous trend over the next few days for us. Even though some cloud cover has been lingering throughout many areas in southern Wisconsin, we're going to see that start to clear up. So a starry night is one tap, and on top of it, we'll see more sunshine heading into our Tuesday. How we stacked up for our Monday. 78 degrees, not too shabby. Just a couple of degrees below our seasonable line, which is around 80 degrees for this time of year. Taking a look at our current conditions right now, 72 in Janesville, 63 in Platteville. Many of us are now reaching into those middle and lower 60s as we continue throughout the nightly hours. Dew points still holding on to those lower 60s, so a little bit of humidity can be felt, but overall it's not too sticky and still rather comfortable. Now, taking a look at our radar, the last 3 hours we did see just small little bursts of showers just south and southwest of Madison and north of Monroe, but those have phased out as we have continued throughout the rest of tonight, which is great news because we're going to see more dry conditions and sunshine will be back in the forecast again tomorrow as we will be back into those upper 70s. It's going to be a pleasant and partly sunny day and a nice little breeze coming in from the northeast as well. But we'll take a look because we are going to have some changes later this week, so stay tuned for that change coming up in just a few moments. Until then, back to you, Eric.
Julian, thank you. Dane County's COVID-19 community spread level returned to high today. That's according to the CDC, and that means residents are once again being encouraged to wear a mask while indoors in public and stay up to date on their COVID vaccinations. The community level is also high in Rock, Sauk, Richland, Marquette, and Columbia counties. Learning more about the shooting that happened last night at Six Flags Great America over in Gurnee, Illinois. One of the 3 people who was shot there is from Wisconsin. They say the 19-year-old woman from Appleton suffered a non-life-threatening gunshot wound to the lower leg. Another victim, a 17-year-old from Aurora in the Chicago suburbs, was shot in the upper thigh. A third person suffered a graze wound. Police say it was a targeted act that happened outside the park. An ongoing investigation in Juneau County tonight after a man's body was pulled from a river there. The body of 55-year-old Glenn Erickson of New Lisbon was found yesterday afternoon in the Lemonweir River. Deputies did not share any information about the circumstances surrounding his death, only saying it is still under investigation. And in Milwaukee, crews will be installing fencing around the Kinnickinnick River Drainage Canal. That's where 3 people lost their lives earlier this summer. A 10-year-old boy was swept away by the fast-moving water back in June trying to retrieve a ball. His father and a neighbor tried to save him, but they also drowned. The Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District says it plans to put up 4 miles of fencing along the concrete-lined waterway, along with signs telling people to keep away. City of Madison continuing with its Vision Zero plan to reduce injuries on our roadways. And starting today, another major thoroughfare is being impacted. A section of John Nolan Drive from North Shore Drive to East Lakeside will see a speed reduction from 45 to 35 miles per hour. That segment of John Nolan will also receive roadway improvements as part of a planned reconstruction project set for 2026. That's according to the city. And Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway says, quote, lowering speed limits and redesigning streets to support safer driving is critical to ending serious and fatal crashes on our city streets, end quote. And looking ahead, there are more streets scheduled for these speed reductions this year as well. And that includes Mineral Point Road, Old Sauk Road, Portage Road, and Seago Road. We're less than 3 months away now from the general election, and candidates are back on the campaign trail. Democratic candidate for Wisconsin Senate, the United States Senate, Mandela Barnes, met with supporters in western Wisconsin today, touring a dairy farm in Stoddard. Barnes was joined by fellow Democrat, United States Senator Tammy Baldwin, and we reached out to his opponent, incumbent Senator Ron Johnson, for comment. His campaign staff member says supporting Mandela Barnes means supporting socialism. And new video tonight showing additional security measures in place outside the FBI building in Washington, D.C. Crews installing new fencing around that building. It comes after the increase in recent threats and attacks on the Bureau after agents raided former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Meanwhile, new details are emerging about what the FBI may have found there at Mar-a-Lago, but today prosecutors asked a judge to keep the search warrant affidavit sealed. CBS's Deborah Alfarone reports from Washington.
The Justice Department doesn't want the public to see the affidavit that led to last week's search of Mar-a-Lago. On Monday, it asked a federal judge to keep the document sealed. The department said releasing it would jeopardize an ongoing investigation that involves what it described as, quote, highly classified material. CBS News and other media organizations have asked the court to unseal the affidavit. That typically doesn't happen unless criminal charges have been filed. The FBI says it recovered 11 sets of classified materials from former President Trump's Florida home. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News that some of the documents may be so sensitive they can only be read in a secure location with tight controls, and in many cases can only be declassified by the agency where they originated.
Whenever I and fellow members of the Intelligence Committee have viewed these types of documents, there are literally people standing over our shoulders.
Mr. Trump has condemned the search as a raid and an assault. His supporters in Congress have told the White House to preserve all records related to the operation.
I've encouraged all of my colleagues on the left and the right to reserve judgment and not get ahead of yourself.
Meanwhile, in a completely separate matter, prosecutors informed Rudy Giuliani that he's the target of a criminal investigation into possible election interference in Georgia. Giuliani, Trump's personal attorney, is scheduled to testify before a grand jury in Atlanta Wednesday. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
Rudy Giuliani's lawyer told the New York Times that he will likely refuse to answer any questions about his work for the former president. It has now been 1 year since the Taliban took over Afghanistan, and today Taliban fighters could be seen celebrating in the streets of Kabul, driving throughout the city, waving flags and firearms. August 15th, now a public holiday there after the Taliban captured the capital on that day last year as the U.S. withdrew from the country after its collapse of its former government. And in Russia, Brittany Griner's legal team filed an appeal against the basketball player's 9-year prison sentence. Griner detained by the Kremlin in February after vape cartridges were found in her luggage. Last month, the two-time Olympic gold medalist pleaded guilty to the drug charges. The U.S. State Department has repeatedly said Griner is being wrongfully detained. Officials have been in talks now for a potential prisoner swap with Russia, but so far there has been no progress. That's the dramatic cell phone video capturing a massive explosion at a fireworks warehouse. This was at a busy shopping center in Armenia's capital yesterday. Local authorities say at least 6 people are dead, more than 60 others injured. Investigators say they're still not sure what triggered that explosion. More local news now. A pretty cool opportunity for local students to get a behind-the-scenes look at law enforcement. Today, the first day of a week-long Summer Youth Academy. It's hosted by local law enforcement agencies. Organizers say it's not only a great way to learn about the different elements in law enforcement for the students, but also for the officers, a great way to build relationships with local students. Attendees will also have one day where they get to learn about the EMS service and also a day to spend with the fire department as well. A Green Bay Packers superfan selling his Packers party bus named the Big Cheese. That bus, an asking price of $14,000, seats more than a dozen. It has a bar, a built-in cooler, a restroom. The owner, Jason Mercier, whose game day nickname is King of the North, describes it as a mobile man cave. He bought it just last year from a pair of fans who had used it for tailgates for about a quarter century. He's selling it now because he wants to focus on college money for his son in high school. Still ahead at 10, the UW system expanding a new program to allow more students to attend college. Plus, a News 3 Now exclusive, why local teachers are now turning to the community for help ahead of the new school year.
Everything here is American made.
But it's tough competing with China.
Ron Johnson's making it tougher. Johnson pushed for special tax breaks for outsourcing corporations.
But voted against tariffs and sanctions on China's unfair trade practices.
And when Johnson's big corporate PAC donor announced plans to create jobs outside Wisconsin, he defended them.
It's not like we don't have enough jobs here in Wisconsin. The biggest problem.
Senator Johnson, stop making it tougher on us.
Come on, Brian.
Dad, look.
Brian, come on.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Brian.
Ready, Brian? Summer won't last forever, but you can go out and make memories that will during Toyota's National Sales Event.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
I get bladder leaks. I didn't want to feel like I was wearing the pads I wore when I was 12.
Then I tried the Always Discreet pads.
They fit perfectly in the place they're supposed to.
Look how much it holds. And it still stays thin.
It's the protection we deserve.
Alice loves the scent of Gain so much, she wished there was a way to make it last longer. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice, and long-lasting Gain scent beads. Try Spring Daydream, part of our irresistible scent collection.
All good. Thanks, Maura. There you go. One new inhaler.
Nice. Did you get my refill too?
Maybe.
There you go, sir.
You're a lifesaver.
So nice day.
Healthier is managing all your family's prescriptions in one app. CVS Pharmacy. Healthier happens together.
What's so great about being a Pick and Save Boost member? Free delivery on the Pick and Save products you love and more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Pick and Save Fresh Perks, a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at pickandsave.com.
It's go time, people. We all have a story to tell. So let's come together, laugh out loud, to share some hope and joy, all on my new show.
Weekdays on WISC-TV starting September 12th. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Going to college in Wisconsin just got much more affordable for certain families. The UW system announcing the Wisconsin Tuition Promise for all 12 of its 4-year satellite campuses. Upwards of 8,000 eligible students will receive an average of $4,500 for 4 years, covering some tuition and fees. Families who qualify need to earn $62,000 or less per year. The program will begin next fall with the UW system paying for the first year of it. The system hopes the state will provide funding for the other 3 years. As teachers are getting ready to welcome kids back to school, more and more of them are asking for help. Instead of paying for supplies themselves, they're going to social media and asking friends and family to chip in. Here's Chris Stanford with this Eye on Education.
Teachers always spend a lot out of pocket of their own money. You're given like a budget for the year of what you can purchase, and then that's it, and it's usually like $200. My name is Janessa Anderson, and I am an elementary school teacher. Why do I teach? Because I love kids, and I love helping them learn and grow, and I love being that important person in their life. Some of them really need the relationships with teachers, and a lot of great decorations for the room to make a happy, engaging classroom where kids feel safe and they belong and they're ready for learning. We need to have things that they're interested in and make it feel welcoming.
How many items are on your Amazon wish list?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I didn't count them. There's several things, such as like a lot of like books. Schools, they have like books, but they're older. They're not like things the kids are interested in. Something I really want is like storage bins, games for indoor recess. I would love to have some fidgets for like my take a break area. I posted it on my Facebook and my Instagram, and I've had donations from a lot of like some family members and some friends, which has been amazing, and I'm super grateful for it. Honestly, it feels like a kid on Christmas Day, because I'm like, this is amazing, like, because you don't know, and a lot of times, which is unfortunate, you don't know who sent you the things, because sometimes, most of mine, I don't even know who they came from.
How much do you usually spend out of your own pocket?
Oh my gosh, definitely in the high hundreds. I mean, it would be great if schools could pay for it, but I know they have budgets and things that don't allow for it.
That was Chris Stanford reporting. A nationwide survey of 5,400 teachers found they spent $750 on average on supplies last year. You can find Janessa's link to her Amazon wish list at channel3000.com. The nationwide school bus driver shortage creating even more challenges as students head back to school. Just today, St. Louis Public Schools says more than 3,000 students will not have school bus service to start the year. They're offering a $75 weekly gas card to families with elementary school students to offset the high price of gas. High school students will get the same amount on a Metro Transit pass. We're looking at a comfortable forecast for the next few days. Here's meteorologist Julian Seawright with your certified most accurate weather. Julian?
And that's the best part about it. It's going to be pleasant for the next few days. However, we're going to be watching heading towards this weekend, which could impact and be quite inconvenient for those who are going to be heading out for our first week of Friday Night Football. As we take a look outside as of right now, though, we got to deal with tonight. We did have a small little burst of a shower that moved its way out of southern Wisconsin. 98% of us stayed dry. And that's the good news. Even though we did see just south of Madison, areas just into the north of Monroe, did get a small little burst of some rain, but overall, it was pretty dry for today. Tomorrow, we're going to continue that trend. It's going to be around partly sunny. Some moments it's going to be mostly sunny. Plenty of sunshine and abundance for tomorrow. Temperatures around 78 degrees, so we're staying on the pleasant side of things. Now, as we take a look at what we're going to see as we go into our Tuesday morning, as I mentioned, we're going to see it be mostly sunny at various points of our day tomorrow. So we're waking up and heading out the door. Temperatures are going to be into the upper 50s. Nice light breeze coming in from the northeast, and then we'll start to see a bit of cloud cover start to build as we get into our lunchtime hour. But notice that's also when we're going to see temperatures rising into the 70s. So from Madison, Lone Rock, Boscobel, Mineral Point, Janesville, and Platteville, we're going to be into our middle to lower 70s by the time we hit the lunchtime hour. Still plenty of sunshine, and once we get into the evening hours, once it's around the evening commute, it's going to be still open sky. May see just outside of the Dells a pop-up shower, but overall we're still going to be 98% of us dry and not see any kind of strays of rain at all. Transitioning overnight going into our Wednesday morning, the cool, pleasant conditions continue. We'll be into around the 60s, however, by the time we kick things off for us. We're not really anticipating much in terms of precipitation over that course, but what we are watching for is what may start to develop as we get into Thursday night. So something to be aware of is just not how great it's going to be this week, but what we could see later this week as well. Going into Thursday, around late nights going into our Friday morning, could start to see potentially pop-up showers that could lead into our Friday afternoon and really start to collect itself by the time we get into our Friday evening. More widespread showers are potentially rolling in, and on top of it, we could see some thunderstorms starting to be right behind it. And that's going to go into our Saturday evening, and even for our Sunday morning and Sunday evening as well. But it doesn't just stop there either, because as we transition into overnights, we do have a shot going into our Monday of seeing some more rainfall. So it's one thing to be prepared for is that we could see more rain on the way, and it's really going to give a healthy amount to the upper Midwest, as many areas from La Crosse, Madison, Dubuque, and over towards Rockford and Milwaukee could all see close to an inch of rainfall. In some areas, maybe even more potentially because of the thunderstorms that will start to roll its way in. But outside of that, enjoy the nice weather while we have it, but just prepare yourself Friday through Monday to have your rain gear nearby. Of course, this once again could be inconvenient for got to toss it over to sports, because that's where you're going to be really wanting to have your rain gear, guys. Over to you, Zach.
Why are you laughing, Julian? Why are you laughing? Coming up at sports, Badger volleyball finished last season #1. This year, they're starting a few spots below the team they beat for a national championship. The full preseason poll is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. V value. A, awesome value. L, lots of value. U.
For a limited time, get free kids glasses and eye exam only at Stanton Optical. Walk-ins welcome.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Stay comfortable in your home all year long. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit. Don't wait a moment longer to reveal the new you.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
If Tim Michaels is governor, here's what reproductive health care would look like in Wisconsin. Providing abortions? A felony. Exceptions in cases of rape or incest? None. Here's what Michaels says to Wisconsin women who get pregnant after being raped. To ask her to go through the birth is not unreasonable. Tim Michaels is a radical and divisive politician coming for your rights. Wisconsin women deserve better. Vote no on Tim Michaels.
After 35 years in business on Madison's west side, Capital Car Cleaners is celebrating by offering all our customers $10 off an interior or exterior detail or $20 off a full-service detail. We detail all cars, pickups, SUVs, motorcycles, and full-size vans. Call today to set up an appointment at our Watts Road location and get $10 off an interior or exterior detail or $20 off a full-service detail. Check out our website at capitalcarcleaners.com.
Capital Car Cleaners, auto detailing at its best.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Wisconsin volleyball is just 11 days away from their season-opening road trip to Fort Worth, Texas to take on TCU. And the reigning champs might be feeling a little snubbed heading into their match. The Badgers opened the season ranked 3rd in the preseason coaches poll behind Nebraska, who they beat to win it all last year, and Texas. UW is just one of 3 Big Ten teams ranked in the top 5 to begin the year. The French tour is nearing its end for the Wisconsin men's basketball team. The Badgers are at the South France part of their trip, where they'll spend their final 3 days of the 10-day journey. Now, before their final game today, the guys spent the morning in Monaco exploring Monte Carlo. And as far as the game went, well, Wisconsin won with ease thanks to 14 points apiece from Jordan Davis and freshman Connor Essegin. With the win, the Badgers leave France undefeated. For the 12th time in the last 13 seasons, Wisconsin will begin the year ranked in the AP Top 25. The Badgers sit 18th in the preseason poll and are one of 4 Big Ten teams ranked in the top 25. Alabama leads the way at #1, followed by Ohio State and Georgia. Last season, UW started their year at #12, but fell out of the poll after a 1-3 start. Speaking of starts, Christian Watson was finally able to start his training camp. The second-round pick was one of 3 Packers taken off the PUP list yesterday, and Watson did get to work with Aaron Rodgers, so that's good, but he's a little behind the 8 ball after missing all that time. Mentally, is he ready to go? Well, Matt LaFleur hopes so, but he also knows only time's going to tell.
You get a better indication when you get the call-it periods where there's no script, where you're just rattling off plays. That's when you really know if a guy has got it kind of locked down. I think that's even more difficult in training camp than it is going into a game.
Mile High Stadium in Denver is turning into Camp Randall West. The Broncos signed Joe Schobert this morning, making him the 3rd former Badger on this year's team, joining Russell Wilson and Melvin Gordon, of course. Schobert spent last season with the Steelers, where he racked up 112 tackles and an interception. Over the next 10 days, the Brewers will face the Dodgers 7 times. Tonight was game 1 of that stretch. LA has the best record in baseball. Showed why. 6th inning, Kenosha native Gavin Lux doubles the lead with a 2-run bomb to left. Good for his family, bad for the Brewers. They trail 4-0 in the bottom of the 9th. We're back after this.
Went the opposite way against the lefty.
The Agora Art Fair returns Saturday, August 20th in Fitchburg, showcasing the work of over 100 area artists in a variety of mediums. Plus, great live music, food, hop house, beer and wine garden, and lots of fun activities for the kids. To learn more, visit agoraartfair.com.
Visit Menards Lighting Showroom and find your style with Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. Update the look of your home and cool off, all while reducing energy costs year-round. We carry a great selection of styles and finishes of ceiling fans, so you're sure to find the look that's right for you. Save today with 11% off all Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. View all of our lighting options now on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer. The summer Supercharged sales event is here. So stop by your Ford dealer today and check out great offers on select Ford vehicles. Then discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level.
Choose Flex Buy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% APR financing for 66 months.
I'm Tim Michaels. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs. Tony Evers, Joe Biden, they're two peas in a pod. Both career politicians and way over their head, failing the country and the state of Wisconsin. That's why I'm running. We need to have strong, proven executive leadership in Madison that can get things done and make this state as great as it can be.
It's Steinhoffel's Furniture and Mattress Superstore's Labor Day sale. Start with store-wide savings of 35 to 65%. Plus, take advantage of tons of bonus buys. Mattresses, dining, sofas, bedrooms, and more. It's all on sale. And with Steinhoffel's special financing, your furniture just got more affordable. It's Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale. Shop now and find great deals in-store and online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
This is an important legal alert. Under a new law, if you or a loved one lived or worked at Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you or they may have been exposed to toxic water and may be entitled to financial compensation. Surviving members can file claims, and this will not negatively affect eligibility for VA disability benefits. Call now for a free case evaluation.
Call the firm voted best. Hupy and Abraham, 800-800-5678, right now.
The Agora Art Fair returns Saturday, August 20th in Fitchburg, showcasing the work of over 100 area artists in a variety of mediums. Plus, great live music, food, hop house, beer and wine garden, and lots of fun activities for the kids. To learn more, visit agoraartfair.com.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And we're back with Julian. Final check of the forecast.
And man, is it going to be great for the next few days? But we have to watch for Friday. I know you just been shaking your head, but we got to talk about that.
None of us want to hear that.
It's so easy through the next 3 days, but this weekend and Friday especially, folks, just make sure that you're staying weather aware and having your rain gear nearby, because we could be looking at a super soaked weekend ahead of us, guys.
All right, Julian, we'll make it through it, I guess. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10, folks. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.